Hey folks, how's it going? It is late night here on Hammer Away. That's right, we are talking about a lightning news flash tonight. There's plenty to talk about here, but we're not going to do it for long. It's not going to be a long deal.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
So let's get started here. If you notice right here, we're going to talk a little about Beth-Ami Heavenstone. She and I are going to be starting this Women Rock the World series. So we're going to be doing that. We were hopefully going to do that this week, but I'll explain in a moment. BlitZ, we got the first Road Diary video for you. So volume 1 of that tonight. We also have a couple of amendments on the Judas Priest show that I did, where it's the story of Viking Stew and Judas Priest. And quick talk about the Angel concert, which reminds me, that really does remind me. What did I do with the bag? I'm going to have to find my bag. Oh, I know what I did with it. Okay, no worries. Let's take this off of here. Hello, how you doing? So, yeah, things are a little more up in the air this week. We had a new addition to the family. Fantastic. So, yeah, I'm a grandpa. That's how it goes. That's what we're talking about. So that's going to change my schedule a little bit this week. So I had to get a hold of Beth-Ami today and postpone. So I will be back the following week. I may be back. Actually, I'll be back this weekend with a little bit something special. So be ready for that. So first of all, Women Rock the World. This is going to be a great series that I'm going to be doing with Beth-Ami Heavenstone. So she's a lot of fun. And we had a great chat earlier today about this whole thing. So she's like, oh, yeah, no. You go do the family thing and everything will be fine. We'll get it worked out. So that we shall. In the meantime, BlitZ, I'm just going to make sure that I have this, because this is one of those things where I think I know right where I put it. And there and there. And I hope everybody's having a good day today. We had the eclipse here in our area today. So it was pretty cool. Let's see, where is this? Why can't I find this? Looking for this video that they sent me the other day, and I'm not seeing it right now. That's strange. Oh, here. That is so silly. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, we got out there and took a look at it today, and it was really cool. It was 99.1% of an eclipse. So really, I mean, obviously really close to a total eclipse, not of the heart, just solar. All right, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go there, and I'll go there. And let's see here. Where is it? There and there. There they are on stage. That's 10. I'm sorry, 10. There's Stuart. Anytime. This. Kicking my ass.
Hi, this is Gad from the UK rock band BlitZ, and we're in the centre of Nottingham playing our Easter gig. Stu.
We'd like to thank Viking Stu in the US of the Hammer Away podcast for all his support. Thanks for playing our stuff. Thanks for showing us all your love over in the US. And we're just getting ready for a show, aren't we, Matthew?
Viking Stew, like for you.
Viking Stu, Viking Stu, Viking Stu, Viking Stu.
Catch you soon.
I'm gonna have to get a recording of that. We're gonna have to make sure that we get that. That'd be a great addition to my theme tune here. This would be great. Just have it all together. We got Savitor here. What is up, Savitor? I'm about ready to hop on over at Go Game Go too. Evening, Miss So. Thank you so much. It's pretty cool. It's been a little time coming, and we are ready to roll. Thank you, Miss So. I'll make that shirt happen. That's great. I love it. We were too far north, but it got a little dark. Yeah, that's pretty cool how that works. The other thing that I didn't know about, that I didn't get before, it's funny as you go through life, you can still be my age and still not maybe I don't pay attention or whatever it is, but there's still things you can learn. It doesn't matter when you pay attention. Sometimes depends on what it is. But yeah, there's like the whole colander thing. I'm like, well, how can you use a colander? It's still well, no, you just hold it up, and instead of the sunlight coming through and making a complete circle in all those circles, it makes little crescents all the way through it. So the next one in this area won't be for another 20 years. So that's kind of interesting, because then it means that the next one that's coming, my new grandson will be ready for college, or in college. So if he so decides to do it that way. But yeah, I was just like, another 20 years for us in this area. It's kind of wild. All the things about the eclipse is just kind of very interesting. There's a great band called Eclipse as well, so check them out. And let me get you a little bit of info on those guys. You want to check out Eclipse. It's another one of these. It's one of these really, really great, hard rock pop bands. That's there's Eclipse. There's other ones like why can't I say the one that I really like? Dang it. I do that. Now I jump ideas, and then I start thinking about it. I don't even know what I was going to look up. This is really horrible. So anyway, does anybody remember what I was going to look up? I was going to look something up, and I can't think of it now. Oh, Eclipse. That's what I was going to look up. Thanks. Appreciate whoever thought of that. Eclipse band. Because I want to say, let's do all. Go to Wikipedia here. They're Swedish. They're from Stockholm, and they were formed in '99. The band's current lineup consists of vocalist Eric Martinson, guitarist Magnus Henriksson, and drummer Philip Kruner, and bassist Victor Krusner. And let me get you. what I want is the information on what bands these guys were in before and what they've done prior. Because there's a lot of these names that I recognize, like Henriksen and stuff like that. So, but Eclipse, a Swedish band. There's lots of these Swedish bands out there. I don't know what the deal is, but I tend to like a lot of it. There's also another band called, why can't I think of the name of it? Shoot. Oh, wow. I don't know. I'll figure it out for you because I love a lot of these bands, and I'm just going to start a list. I'll do that while I'm on the road. I'll just start a list. I wonder if I could find it on my phone here real quick while I got you. Let's try that because it's I really want to know. I really do. I was just listening to that playlist that I made again of those last two Judas Priest albums. Somebody put I may have mentioned this on the show the other day. Somebody put some sort of, I call it a clickbait kind of a thing about the Judas Priest album. I still haven't watched the video because I don't really want to know whether it is a clickbait thing or not. King, not that. No. Why can't I think of that? King Country? Is that what it is? King Country. Let's put that in real quick and see what it does. Not King and Country. King Country. Is that it? That can't be it. Yeah, no, that's not it. King Company? Is that what it is? You guys are like, I don't know, Stu. It's your idea. King Company. Yep, that's it. King Company is the name of it. One for the Road is the album that I really, really like. They've also had another one that was in 2016. In 2018, they did Queen of Hearts, which still good. I don't remember liking it as much, but I will do that next week or next show. We'll start doing that during my shows. I'm going to start giving you a list of some really cool bands to check out. Let's get back here. Judas Priest talk. I'm in. Okay, good. I do have some of that here in a minute. So there was the Blitz video. So let's move on because I still have to get things done and I'm going out of town tomorrow. So the next thing on the list here is I got some show notes on that. I rewatched my show on this Judas Priest thing that I did the other day, and I have some big changes. The only thing that I haven't checked out yet, and I wanted to check it with my brother, I'll be getting back to you on the Mustang and also where he got that doggone 8-track. Also, the headphones that we used to get we got when we were kids were classic. They were KOSS, KOSS. KOSS headphones is what we used when I was a kid. I remember they were brown color. So not cool, but they sounded great. Then I was going to check. I'm also going to, when I get back to you about those two questions from our brother, speaking of the 8-tracks, I'll do a rundown of the song listings and how those go between the two. Let's see. And then also something I did notice too was that there was a little bit of confusion when I was looking at, I started realizing that my show that I saw in 1980 was like an edition show. It's not on their official tour listings. Like if you go out and you look for a listing of Judas Priest tours and you find 1980, Pekin, Illinois is not in there in some of those lists. So it must have been an additional, which is Def Leppard opened up for them on that tour, and some other cool acts opened up for them on that tour. But Slick New Face was a local band. So it was a quick throw together gig that they added in between Chicago. I think it was between Chicago and St. Louis. So it's and some I think say the 26th. If I can find this, let me see what happens here. Let's see what we got. Because the one t-shirt that I have says the 25th. Okay, so it does say the 25th. And then I was thinking I saw 26th on something. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that I was not finding that on other listings in July that year. So still poop this week from the Aslan. Yeah, how are you? But you're gonna head out. Okay, have a good night. Take care. And it's good to hear from you then. And just take care of yourself. I hope you do better. And so does Drew. We are quite the gentleman here. So that was kind of interesting. If I do remember correctly, too, let me check this on here too. Let me go to Spotify here real quick, if you don't mind. I'm going to put in "Fight for Your Life," and I think the song from that it's. Oop, there it was. Where? "Fight for Your Life." There it is. And I think this track is yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of aspects in this song which are very that originally it's like an original idea thing that they had for no. Rock Hard Ride Free. That's what it was. Rock Hard Ride Free. Because all of that. No denying you're going against the grain. All that stuff is just, and there's no way I'm getting anywhere near that. So then instead of "Fight for Your Life," it was "Rock Hard, Ride Free." So that's what that song is. "Rock Hard, Ride Free." That is from Defenders of the Faith. Defenders of the Faith? Is that from, right? Is that right? Now I'm confusing myself. Don't do that. Don't confuse yourself. It's too easy for me to do. Come on, just click on it. Sometimes I have this Wacom tablet, and sometimes it's not my friend. I don't know why, but it just wants to really grab everything. Well, I don't know what is happening right now. All I want to do is scroll, and it's being it's being a twat. I don't like it. So anyway, fine. I'll just scroll with my finger. All right. Let's see if I can do this. Wow, that's disgusting. I don't like when it does that. I don't know if you guys ever use a Wacom tablet with a stylus, but it's not really worked that badly. It's like I don't know why it's being so picky all of a sudden. I don't know if I'm hitting the button. Come on, stick with me now. Wow, it's way down the list. Jeez whiz. I almost said Judas Priest. And then we have, I have a couple other things to show you from that, that I talked about on that show the other night. And come on. All right, so Turbo, it's not Turbo. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Defenders of the Faith. Okay, good. I'm vindicated 25 minutes later. Better by You, Better Than Me is a cover. It's from Stained Class, which was not a Tom Allen produced album. Uh, it was Dennis McKay with Judas Priest and James Guthrie. James Guthrie would also be producing for Pink Floyd in 1978. And then also subsequently was a whole huge list of other people. He worked with the movies. He did Judas Priest. Tom Allen didn't start working with Judas Priest until 1979 was when the release of Unleashed in the East. That's when that came out. But Hellbent for Leather was another James. That was one of the James Guthrie produced albums along with Judas Priest. So there you go. I stand corrected and educated. I am no longer ignorant on those. Also did In the Long Grass by Boomtown Rats. James Guthrie did that. Also did The Final Cut, which I'm a fan of that album. I bought that on vinyl in 1983 when it came out. Ambrosia, Rhode Island. He did that one. Did Heat Wave as well. Roger Waters, In the Flesh. And then also Flickering Flame and Hello, I Love You, which is in The Last Mimsy. I didn't know Roger Waters had a song in that. And James Kerrigan. So he did some things for some soundtracks for people. So Better by You, though, Better by Me. That's a Gary Wright tune. It was originally a Spooky Tooth song. So, but so well done by Judas Priest, just like when they covered Diamonds and Rust on Sin After Sin. So really, really cool stuff. So I stand corrected there. Also, let's see, Fire Burns Below is when they re-released the Stained Class album. I just thought I'd give you one last little bit about the Stained Class album. Fire Burns Below was the extra track on that. Better by You, Better Than Me was also on there live on the remaster of Stained Class. So when you get out here on Spotify, you'll see that and you can hear those. But the Fire Burns Below, I'm not a big fan of some of these these reissues, these remasters and stuff, because then they put things on it that, I mean, maybe that song existed written wise back with Stained Class, but it was recorded during the Ram It Down sessions in '88. So, which came out in '88. So, and one other band I didn't mention, Guthrie worked with Toto as well, and Tom DeLuca and Queensryche. Whoa, that's right. Wow. Okay. James Guthrie produced The Warning, which that was my first Queensryche record. That's not always easy to say, and I did it on the first try. So, yeah. I've tried them, but not for long. Wait, what have you tried? What have you tried, but not for long? Listen to yeah. Isn't that okay? So isn't that kind of funny? Because Tom Allen started producing on Unleashed in the East, then he produced British Steel, then he produced Point of Entry. Point of Entry is the one where we flipped it over on the back, and I showed you on the backs had those boxes and things on the back, and it looked like Pink Floyd. Isn't that strange? That James Guthrie was out there producing Pink Floyd, and that here Judas Priest had the back, and we're like, this looks like a Pink Floyd album. Listen to Dark Side of the Moon on my roof today. Well, that's very interesting. Now that was engineered. Do you know who engineered on that? That was Alan Parsons. Worked on that record. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. But here I mentioned it on the show that I had the single. I thought I just had I didn't remember which one I had, Locked In or Turbo, and I thought I did have them both. And I do. There is Turbo Lover. says over 750,000 albums sold. Judas Priest, 2-month SRO tour, 650,000 tickets. Since release, consistent top 10 requests at radio with top 5 phones. Oh, wow. And all of these radio stations. Judas Priest. Look at this. Well, it's just, who the hell came up with this? That's some bullshit. I never even looked at it. Wow. Okay, so look at this. Judas Priest, no heavy metal. Judas Priest is rock and roll. Oh my God. Thank you for the bullshit, Columbia Records. Turbo Lover. That's some, why the hell would they do that? I'll have to ask them about that sometime. So there you go, Tom Allen. So who the hell does that? That's some bullshit. There you go. And then here is Locked In. So they put both of these out. This is the same artist. This is Doug Johnson. He did this. He did Screaming for Vengeance, which, have you noticed the bird from Screaming for Vengeance in Top Gun? Or as Ted Knight used to do, yeah. So there you go. There's the back of it there. Locked In. And let's take a look. I think this is the one where it's the same on both sides. Yeah. Both sides have Locked In, and I think both sides of this have Turbo Lover. And yes, that is correct. There you go. Turbo Lover. So both sides are the same. Now, here's one other thing in the classic vein that I wanted to show you guys. I also had this, and they've been talking about these because a lot of these picture discs, you have to be careful. You can't let it get a lot of heat. It's these, what they call these PVC sleeves, where it's this thick plastic. And you have to be careful. If you get it in the heat, these can get stuck to this. All right. So I don't have mine in the heat very much. Now here it is too, by the way. So here's Screaming for Vengeance, the picture disc. Now, do you recognize this bird from Top Gun, the patch on their flight suits? There you go. It's pretty cool. So there you go. And this is a nice classic picture right there. That's great. Now, the interesting thing is there's Dave Holland right there on the end. He and a buddy of his they got arrested years ago because of some nasty dealings with taking advantage of a special needs youngster that was taking drum lessons. I'm sorry, that's disgusting, but damn it, don't do that, people. Shit. You don't do that. So don't do that. Shit. So anyway, this is in great condition. I don't think I've ever played it. I didn't play these because they always said, that they're not that great, and everything. So, well, you know what? I got to wrap this up because I got to get over to the other show. Jeez whiz. Unless, no, I did it for 12:15, I think. So I'm good. But yeah, the quality of the artwork on there is really cool. It's right on point. Right on point. Film and music industry was probably pretty tight during that time. Yeah. Yep. Columbia Record of Fools. Blake, how you doing? Just stop. No, okay, cool. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. I love Alan Parsons. Me too. Oh, because of your dad. Oh, that's cool. And what is that? How did is there an album that you remember that you like, or a song? I got started on Alan Parsons back in 1978 when Eve came out, and Damned If I Do, Damned If I Don't was a song on the radio. And I fell in love with it. And so I bought Eve, and then I think somehow I got Tales of Mystery and Imagination, the Edgar Allan Poe. That was the first album of theirs. And I didn't realize that for a long time. And then my brother got a copy of iRobot, and he had Pyramid. And I want to say he had one other one too, but I don't think so. That's how I kind of got started in it. So your dad and my older brother, that's how we got started. So that was pretty cool. Now, if I can find, this is what I need to do. So let's see if I can. I have downloaded all of my stuff from the Angel show the other night. It was a great show. I'm going to look behind me here because I think I left everything here when I got home. Well, let's see here. I know that here it is. Okay. So if you remember correctly, the one extra cool thing about this show that we just saw was, let's see if I have it in here. Rock photos. I think it's in here. Angel. Let's see what we got here. Oh, come on now. Oh, okay. You're gonna be like that. All right. So let's take a look here. I know I just downloaded all this stuff. And let's see what we can find. I always have this. I noticed sometimes when I look back at my videos, I notice I look kind of upset. It's like, because I got to squint all the time to see the screen. But if I wear my glasses, it doesn't seem to help. Which, I don't know. Should we try it? I don't know. I got my glasses right here. But yeah, for some reason, I'm not seeing it in the. Is that better? I don't know. It's about the same. Isn't that weird? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I look a little more intellectual this way. Hello. Yeah, that Pyramid album was great. iRobot, I remember being your first. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the covers, very sci-fi. Very sci-fi, very cool. All right. So, but the show was great. My friend John went with me. He is a big music enthusiast as well. He and I had a great time. He stopped over a little early. We didn't know if he would be able to stop over early because he had some other things going on. But everything worked out great, and I gave him a few pieces of vinyl while he was here. He and I are vinyl collectors together. We've been to some different things, but John and I knew each other because his wife was our mail carrier at one point. And so she came over one day. She had a something I need to sign for. And so then I did so. And then I would talk in music, and she goes, my husband's all into music. He does trivia contests. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, he'd probably love to see if you want to do a team thing. I go, I'm in. So I met him, and we took first place in the rock trivia that some folks were doing locally. And we took first place that year. The next year we came back, just he and I, and we won first place again. And it was funny because then here it was years later, he is in line at the bar at a concert. And there's a woman that comes up behind him in line, and she goes, hey, you're that guy who You're that guy who won the trivia contest and the rock trivia contest. He's like, yeah. And she goes, you guys cheated. I was like, how did we cheated? I don't get that. I don't know how we cheated. We just, but you know, he didn't go very far with it, with her. He's just like, whatever, you know, there's just no, you know, some people, they just get it in their head. You cheated. And this was before cell phones. So there's no way we could have done that. You know, we couldn't have cheated that way. You know, it was just so ridiculous. So anyway, you guys cheated. Yeah. Yeah. No, we did not. We may be nerds and dorks that just remember all that stuff, but we didn't cheat. That's for sure. They didn't have to. You know, the funny thing was too, is that the year prior, I'm a big Horse Lips fan, right? So in St. Louis, they played The Man Who Built America. However, there's a track that is it's called Sure the Boy Was Green. And it's very Jethro Tull. If you didn't know it was Horse Lips, you'd think it was Jethro Tull. And let me see here. And I found my photos from Angel, and also I got some videos too. It's really, my thing though here is I'm just wondering if these will, let me see if I can bring one in. Let's see if they're not coming up. So I have to make MP4s out of those. But let's see here. See if I can just grab all of these real quick and drop them in. Open. But it was a great show. I ended up with a list. Let me see. So I had to think, because you could only bring a certain amount of things, right? So Felix Robinson, who joined on the fourth record, because they had Angel and Hell of a Band, which did not have their ambigram logo. It didn't have it. And then their third album, On Earth as It Is in Heaven, still had Jones on it, and on bass. And then he left, and then they got Felix Robinson on White Hot, and then also on Sinful, and then the live album, and that was it. So I decided to take the first album with me, which I didn't end up getting signed by Punky this time. I need to do that. It just got crazy. There was too many, you know, when I took what I needed to take to get signed that could be signed by them. But I did get Punky to sign this Hell of a Band. I actually put this in front of Felix accidentally, and he goes, I didn't play on that. I go, you're absolutely right. You certainly didn't. And I pulled this out. I got to make this quick because we're running out of time. So Felix signed this one right there. And Punky had already signed that one. I had started having them autograph these in Vegas when I was hanging out and met Frank. And here we go. Unfortunately, I didn't get Felix on this one yet, but there you go. But I did get Felix to sign this one. Punky had already signed it. Frank signed it. And then Felix signed it the other night right here. So the live album. And then also Felix played on Punky Meadows' solo record. So he autographed that. There he is right there. So I had him sign that, and that was great. And then, of course, their brand new album, Felix wasn't on it, but I did have everybody else that I could have sign it. So that was Frank and Punky. Steve wasn't there anymore. Tommy is their new bass player. Steve has moved on, as we heard in this interview with Frank the other day, and Charlie Calv signed, and Danny signed as well, and Billy Orico. That's Billy the Beast, as Frank calls him. So Frank signed there. So here was the set list. They did On the Rocks, Can You Feel It? Mirrors, which is one of my all-time favorites. Wild and Hot, which is a great song from Sinful. Also originally called Bad Publicity. Bad Time, that's great. That's also from Sinful. Cast the First Stone, The Fortune, awesome. We Were the Wild, which is from the other album, Risen. And Got Love If You Want It, love that. Don't Leave Me Lonely, which is from White Hot. It's All Right, which is from the new album. They did a great job on that. That was a great choice from the new album to play. Pressure Point, which is from the first record. And I got to thinking, not from the first record, from their second record. That's from Hell of a Band, which was the first album that I heard by them. So then they were coming up on Ain't Gonna Eat Out My Heart Anymore, which is a cover. And that one is also from White Hot. And then they did Feelin' Right, which is the first song that I ever heard by them, because this Hell of a Band album was the first album that I ever heard by these guys. So there you go. So right over there is it's Mickey Jones right there on bass. All right. So yeah, so when they played Feelin' Right, that, Pressure Point brought a lot of memories back too of when I first heard them. Then they did Rock and Rollers, which is from the first album, and also Tower. That was their big encore, was Tower. So they used to open with it. I could show you some of these pictures. Let's take a look. So there I am with the band. All right. They had the cool meet and greet in the beginning. So there's some friends of mine. There's the whole band. So you got Billy Orico, and then there's Felix there, Punky, Frank, Danny, and Charlie. All right. There you go. Some more pictures of me. Yay, that's more me. All right. Let's get into some live stuff here. Got some shots here. Some of these could be better. It's just the way it is. It is what it is. It could have. That one's pretty cool. And there you go. Felix with Billy in the background there. Tried to get plenty of Felix. So there we go. There's Frank. You're always trying to get that right, that right moment. It just doesn't always happen. And there you go. More Punky. Yeah. I wish I had a better. Of course, I can't complain, even though some of these got blurry. I can't complain. This new phone of mine is tons better than my old one. So we were at the Elton John show, a while back, and I was just looking at other people's phones as I was looking through their, their screens. I'm like, damn, their phone looks so much better than mine. So I got a few shots there of Felix and Frank. That's blurry. Sorry. There you go. Let's see what else we got. There we go. I'll come up with a little slideshow for you guys. I'll pick out some of the best ones. That one's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. Now that's a nice one of Danny. Look at that. There you go, Danny and Punky. So this Wildy Theater, though, I mean, if you're somewhere near the Midwest here and near St. Louis, and this is across the river in Edwardsville, Illinois. If you're anywhere near there, it's a great place to go for a show. And they have a lot of classic artists, like Nectar is coming soon. Carl Palmer played there a while ago. my friend John Gore is doing his Billy the Kid tribute to Billy Joel over there. And then we'll soon after that, we'll be doing his Elton John tribute show called Dogs of Society. So there you go. There's a little rundown of some photos there. Yeah, I love this iRobot. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. What? What is the what? That's what I need to know. What time is it here? I gotta watch it. Oh, I gotta go. It's time. Jethro Tull is cool, man. I love it. I love that stuff. So, all right, guys. All right. So, that's it for this evening. Thanks for stopping in. Little lightning news flash. I cannot wait to get you guys, to get Beth-Ami here on the show for you guys, and we do this series. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's just going to be fantastic. She's a little ball of fire. I love talking with her and having fun. It's Graham Bonnet's wife and his bass player, and she is just a real treat. And so we'll get her on the show soon. And in the meantime, I'll be meeting up with family. In the meantime, guys, have a great evening. I'm going to run over to Go Game Go, and I'm going to do some gameplay if you guys want to come over and check that out. All right? So take it easy, guys. We will see you very soon. And sorry for the delays, and I'll be back with a full show.